I'm Liv, your emotionally exhausted, chronically online host, and every week we talk about life, relationships, internet chaos, bad decisions, awkward moments, and all the things that spiral way faster than they should. Welcome to This Escalated Quickly.
So, here's the ridiculous moment. I open my phone, and instead of the usual algorithm nonsense, I'm staring at a group chat whose title is a string of heart emojis and the name of my ex. And then, worse, there I am listed as a member. For like 6 seconds, I think my phone is broken. Then I realize someone very confidently tapped the wrong contact, and the universe just handed me a front row seat to mess. Promise, if you stick around, I will tell you how curiosity turned me from accidental audience member into the group's unofficial therapist, complete with passive-aggressive emoji diplomacy, meme triage, and 1 week that could have been condensed into a tragicomic play.
Section 1. Backstory setup. This is where we set the scene, because context is a lie if it's boring. The players, me, obviously, my ex. I'll call him my ex because calling him anything else feels like emotional capitalism. And a small supporting cast I'll label new girlfriend, overly helpful friend, and silent but judging emoji. The ad happens after a dinner where my ex texted the group a photo of his dessert and apparently meant to add his girlfriend. Instead, he added me. Maybe he was thinking closure. Maybe his phone hates him. We'll never know. I tap in because I am 100% a person who will watch the train wreck just to see which way the smoke goes. I know, it's a flaw. But here's the thing. For 5 minutes I plan to lurk. For 5 minutes only. That plan lasted about 72 hours.
Section 2. The first intervention. The chat starts civilly, heart emojis, cute, the usual. Then someone posts a photo of a takeout container and a text that reads, "He always eats cold food. Is that a me problem?" Enter passive-aggressive territory. A cascade of ghosting vibes followed. Vague comments, elliptical texts, and the emoji equivalent of side-eye. I do what any irresponsible, borderline professional meddler would do. I send a meme. Not a mean one, a silly one that peels the tension off like tape. Suddenly, there's a flurry of laughing reacts and 2 people earnestly debating whether senders of vague texts mean to be dramatic or just punctuation challenged. This is where my hot take sneaks in. People ghost because they refuse to add punctuation to their feelings. Full stop. Literally. If you wrote, "I'm upset," instead of "I'm upset maybe," we'd have fewer soap operatic text cliffhangers. That hot take gets a surprising number of thumbs up, which inflates my confidence dangerously. I start translating vague texts like a very small, very online United Nations. "Are you mad?" becomes, "Can you please say specifically what made you mad so we can resolve or schedule a meltdown?" That's when someone performs the confession, the kind that opens with, "This is embarrassing, but," and closes with an overshare about a nap that turned into crying. Now the guilt spiral is live. I have 2 options, keep being a lurker or throw in a little life coaching. I pick the latter. Welcome to meme diplomacy. 1 well-placed GIF, 1 you're not alone line, and suddenly people are DMing me for advice. I am not certified, but I do have a lot of sarcasm and a Spotify playlist titled Therapy But Make It Chaotic. Section 3. Escalation to peak chaos. Things escalate the way they always do in group chats. 1 accidental reply all turns into a reveal. Someone posts a screenshot meant to be private, and it includes a text that reveals a miscommunication about a weekend plan. And suddenly, feelings. The well-meaning DM that was supposed to soothe actually reads like a Yelp review of heartbreak. I try to step in with a gentle, "This might be a misunderstanding," and what follows is a 7-message thread that oscillates between "I'm fine" and "I am not fine," with gifs of kittens and passive-aggressive heart emojis. At around message 32, the person who originally added me realizes their mistake and apologizes, but the apology contains the phrase, "I didn't mean to add her," which in group chat law is a categorical admission of guilty curiosity. The climax. A heartfelt, slightly too long paragraph from new girlfriend about insecurity. An accidental ping to a family member that contains the phrase, "not sure about him," and then radio silence. I, at this point, the group's unofficial therapist, because someone keeps asking, what should I do? And I keep answering like a person who believes punctuation can cure a lot of things. I give advice that is 40% empathy, 40% GIF, and 20% set a boundary and then get tacos. It works oddly well. Someone says, "You sound like my best friend," and I almost accept this as a career pivot. Then I remember I have no degree, and that I once gave someone advice to unfriend an ex, and they later texted me to say it worked, which is both vindicating and terrifying.
Reflection and funny confession. Lesson number 1. We stay in these messy loops because they feel like connective tissue. Drama is a social glue, and sometimes we'd rather have a chaotic conversation than nothing at all. Funny confession. I stayed because I liked being needed. Also because the narrative arc was so deliciously awful, I couldn't look away. Would I do it again? 100% yes, which should tell you everything about my moral compass. But I also learned something practical. When everyone is vague, someone needs to translate. Sometimes that someone can be a stranger who popped into the chat by accident. Sometimes it's you. If you're listening and you've been the accidental mediator, congratulations. You have a very loud heart and questionable boundaries.
Quick recap: accidental ad, meme diplomacy, punctuation hot takes, and an unexpected stint as the chat's therapist. If this made you laugh, nodded too hard, or feel marginally better about your own texting sins, do me a chaotic favor. Leave a review on your podcast app and tell me your best friend group chat disaster. I read them, I judge them affectionately, and sometimes I steal them for future episodes, with names changed and dignity negotiated. Leave a review and tell the story. It fuels the chaos and helps other humans find this exact kind of comforting mess.
If today's episode made you laugh, question humanity, or feel slightly better about your own life choices, then my job here is officially done. Stay chaotic. This escalated quickly. Bye for now.